Welcome to hanging out on Monday nights. We've got kind of the core group here and some folks in the audience too. Welcome. Tonight, I think we want to talk about making choices as DJs and whether you're doing what you think is the right thing to do or you're doing what you feel is perhaps the popular thing to do. Is that fair?
Yeah, I think so.
Sure. Jay brought it up. I thought it was a good topic. And yeah, why don't you go ahead and kick us off?
Yeah, I'm seeing a lot of younger DJs, and to their credit, they're trying to, I guess, educate or provide information to their audience about what they do at events.
Hmm.
But the problem becomes if you've been around the industry at all, you know that what they're saying has just been trampled on, and it's just kind of what we normally do.
Okay.
So the question becomes, does that mean that the audience doesn't know what to do? Like how to MC, what goes into mixing, talking about wordplay, speaker placement, this light over that light. It's sort of like everyone's now much more knowledgeable. I dare say everyone's kind of coming off like an expert.
Yeah.
Like
Well,
I want to learn. I don't want to tell people what I know sometimes because they may not do what I do, but when I hear what they do, I'm always like, oh, I can take that.
sure. I mean, for somebody who's been doing YouTube videos for a long time, I've made no secret that, I mean, most everything I've ever talked about isn't something that I came up with. It was
Right.
something that I learned somewhere and I'm just sharing it.
But you come off that way. I think a lot of younger DJs now are coming off like, hey, this is from me. I've got this info.
I invented this thing that you
Right.
need
That's what it
to do.
feels like. It doesn't
Yeah.
feel like,
And you must
no,
do it because this is how it must be done.
right. And the problem
Yeah.
becomes you end up with that everyone doing the same thing, which is fine.
Yeah.
Actually, I'm kind of happy because what's going to happen is you're going to get a generation of DJs that are all making the exact same mistake we're not making
Well,
because we've gone through it.
I'll give you my take on that, just in general. And you can, I guess, associate this with any art. And I've said this several times. It was something that Dave Chappelle quoted Miles Davis in saying. Miles Davis was being interviewed with somebody or by somebody, and he said, it was really exciting when I started playing like myself. And they go, what do you mean by that? I said, well, when I first started playing, I was emulating whatever anybody showed me, or songs, or riffs, or sheet music. And then I would hear people, play the trumpet, and I would try to play it like them until I couldn't mess it up. I sounded just like them. And then I would take somebody else's playing and I would try to emulate that. And then one day I realized that I had ascended that and I wasn't playing like them anymore. I was playing like me and it was unique. So I don't feel like it's always a bad thing to check out what other people are doing or try what other people are doing. I think it gets weird when you feel like you must do it that way and there's no alternative. That's where I think it's weird. I feel like presenting something as an option is cool, but to present
Yeah.
something as a hard rule is weird. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I do. And I think that's the issue at hand is I'm seeing more and more videos come on my feed where people are saying, you know, I like to do this and this is why and this will work for you. And you realize it's so rudimentary, but I think it's the approach, and I think Miles Davis quotes are always great because Miles was like so out there,
Yeah.
so insanely talented, but the heroin didn't hurt and everything else,
Yeah.
you you know. But it's one of those, it's sort of somebody to look at and say, okay, how do you just become an individual? And we've had this talk about, let's say, guitar players.
Yeah,
If Eric Clapton knocks on this beautiful Fairfield Inn and Suites in Kansas City, Missouri, and hands me his guitar, there's from now till death, it'll never sound like Eric Clapton.
no,
If I go to Eric Clapton's room here at the beautiful Fairfield Inn and Suites in Kansas City, Missouri, and hand him my guitar, he will immediately sound like Eric Clapton
sure.
because the skill and talent is always in the touch. And I think there's a certain amount of that that goes with DJs, bass, drum, guitar, anything.
I'll take that a step further. I want everybody else to have a chance to talk too, but I do have something to say about that. And another quote that I've used a lot that I think is relevant to what we do.
You're only as good as your last gig. Thank you.
Yes.
Good night, everybody. Thank you.
Have a nice night, everybody.
Yeah.
No, actually, it was from Randy Bachman from the Guess Who and Bachman Turner Overdrive. Said a long time ago, and he was paraphrasing. He said, somebody had said to me, yeah, you're a pretty good guitar player. He said, but, in today's language, basically what he said was, for every great guitar player, or for every Eddie Van Halen, there's a 12-year-old kid in Korea who can emulate it exactly.
100%.
So no matter how good of a technical guitar player you are, there's always going to be somebody better. So
Yep.
learn how to write. And that's kind of what we're talking about, I feel like, where it's like, there are all these little tricks and things that you can try and emulate, and it might take you somewhere. Maybe don't take it as gospel that you must do it that way, but try it that way if you want to. But ultimately, what you want to do is make it your own. You want to, even if you're borrowing, I mean, we've at exhaustion talked about influences where
For sure. Yep.
there are songs out there, for instance, that you may say to yourself, wow, that's very original, but there was inspiration for that song. If you go back, you'll hear, wow, that sounds eerily like that track. Yeah, but it's different. Right?
That is true. I think what comes from this is like we were of the generation that had to figure stuff out because we didn't have a Google and we didn't have YouTube videos to watch. And I'll just use this as an example as you were talking about finding your way. I'm just thinking back to in the vinyl days. You ever get both your turntables set up and realize you left both your 45 spindles elsewhere and they aren't?
Yeah.
And you had to figure out how to make that 45 sit just right. You balance your figure until that thing. It's like a pottery class from that movie.
It's very much like a pottery class.
It's kind of like that, right? So we had to kind of find our way and learn how to work around stuff, or you put two pieces of tape over the 45 and punch a hole in the middle. God damn it, you're going to stay right there and stay
About there. Yeah.
about there and hope it works. And if it fit, you try to put it on another 45. But eventually you get so good at it, it's not even something it doesn't even, not a bead of sweat. You're like, that's okay. I get you. I know if I can trust my finger right here and hold it long enough, eventually I'm going to get that thing to sit still. I can drop the needle and play the record. And that's, the learning that we had to figure out is you had to be a little creative and not go into panic mode. Like I can't play 45s tonight. The gig's over. It's like, no, it's not shutdown mode. You just learn as you go along. It's, we had to figure this stuff out. We were the original Googles that people would ask us. How do you get power from here all the way over here? It's like, well, they have these things called 100-foot cords now. They didn't used to exist, but they do now. And they're bright orange. So you either paint them or they didn't make black yet, right? It was just like, we found a way to get it done. And I think that's that, we take a lot of pride in knowing a lot of the stuff that we were doing first out before anyone was trying to do what we do, that we just kind of took the initiative. It's like, I have to find a way to make this, I have to solve this problem.
I was learning a lot of things from others. So.
Yeah.
I mean, so many others out there.
If there's someone that's more knowledgeable, by all means, be agreeable and listen and hear what they have to say. Like Jay had said, I don't always want to tell everybody how I do it because I want to see if they do it a better way than I do. And I agree with that too. It's
but ask a question.
It's how you wrap cables or how you stack, crates or things like that. There's always something to be learned. And I just think once you think you know it all. When you don't, it's very obvious that you're just copping for views at that point. You're just looking for
Yeah.
clicks and likes. It's so apparent.
What do you say, Damon?
Well, first of all, John, what are these 45s that you speak of? I'm not
if,
familiar with them.
if you didn't trust the whole record, you just got after you bought the third 45, you're like, I should probably just own this record.
I think it's
No.
like a single.
I
No,
mean,
it's
so
like it's a
in
rotary
all fairness,
single. Yeah.
how many times did you buy the album or even the 12-inch single? It's like, this is not the version I wanted. I want the familiar version the radio's playing, which is only available on the 45.
Mhm.
I'm sorry. I mean, I'm just making fun of. I know what a 45 is, but some people don't know what a 45 is. Um,
I thought you were too bougie to use 45.
Honestly, I was.
Let's get that stuff from Britain. You get that,
I'm gonna
you
be
get that,
honest.
get that full size record from Britain, and you got to put in a Sharpie
$40 and a
big
quarter a
letters
song. What is
because
this crap?
you start playing
Yeah.
at 33. You're like, oh no, this
Yeah, I was.
is what happened here.
Yeah, my whole career, I probably only maybe owned 20 45s, and they never came out. It was just something I had at the house, that I bought when before I started DJing. Um, no, but on the serious tip though, I pretty much got my knowledge from other DJs. I mean, I trial and error. I tried this, it didn't work. I talked to some other people, or I saw some other DJs try something, and I tried it. That's how I got my knowledge, growing up. And I still try to learn today. I ask all you guys questions about setups and all types of stuff.
We're always learning.
Yeah, you know. Many
Always.
times Jay told me I'm doing something wrong. He's like, yeah, you need to be
Need
you
to do
know,
it the J way.
you
Hey,
got to do it the J way. I mean,
there are things that are written in stone. Example, one Evolve 50 stack will provide music for 1,000 people.
exactly. See, yeah,
1,500
Evolve 50
more or more.
stacks.
Yeah, absolutely.
You can have 2,000 people and you're good.
right,
Everybody
yeah,
knows it.
Walk
No
like
one will
Jay.
argue that.
Do a little Jay walking. That's going to
yeah.
be
Jay
in your
dropping knowledge
category.
on you.
Walk like Jay. Jay
By
walk.
the way, I gotta put this out because it's gonna help somebody, and I guarantee someone in the comments be like, dude, that killed. Thank you so much. I have the reason I'm in Kansas City, Missouri is I have to do a presentation tomorrow. And they asked me for a PowerPoint, and I don't have one, but I have a PDF guide. So I'm not the tech guy. So I went to Dr. Google and said, can I convert a PDF to a PowerPoint? And it said, yeah, go to Canva, click this one button, and it will change it into a PowerPoint. It took 2 seconds, and I presented the PowerPoint. I'll give it tomorrow morning. I asked somebody half my age the same question before I went to Google. I said, hey, do you know if I can change? No way. No, you got to start from scratch. So asking the question is really valuable. Just be open to the answer. Because I think a lot of us get stuck in our ways and we go, yeah, kid, I see what you're doing, but I've done it my way for 1,000 years. I'm the first to admit, who used to be on this channel, Brian? Was it Jeremy from Canada? Not Jeremy. What was his name?
I remember the kid you're talking, or the guy you're talking about.
The DJ
Yeah.
I'm talking about made a ton of money, and he taught me something in Palm Springs when I rented him gear that I have used ever since then for the last 10 or 11 years, and it kills. It was just a way of saying something. He asked me how I introduced a couple. I told him, he goes, try this. Didn't say this is right, just said, try this at your next one. I did, and the crowd erupted in applause. And I'm like,
It was an inflection thing.
Yeah.
that's all it was just an inflection. And I was like, wow, Dave Chenier from Canada, where as some of us may or may not know, the world's number one rated DJ, Aaron, also Canadian. And it's that learning thing. I was so excited to call him and say, bro, what do I owe you? He's like, what do you mean? I go, I did it. It killed. He goes, no. That was a freebie.
Yeah, and now that's something you know. So,
and I do it every event since then. So
nice.
It's professionals are. I mean, I think real true professionals aren't threatened by other real true professionals, and they're willing to share and help each other. Absolutely, 100%.
Yep.
That's but if you feel threatened by others, then you tend to be a little more guarded.
That's why we're here every Monday, every Tuesday. Yeah, 20 grand a week is not bad money to pick up, a little something I can throw at, getting some drinks, getting a pizza, whatever. But in general, this is exactly that point.
Buddy, what you say?
You know, I was told by a teacher that a great teacher is first a good student because you need to learn things before you start teaching things. And I feel that, if you're going to teach something, a trick, whatever it is, it should be something that, you see people do all the time, but it's your mistake. Don't do what I did. This is it happened to me. This is something that could help you.
Yeah.
And trying to help people is an important thing. I feel that all their DJs should do it, but it's also doing things the right way. If you're going to explain something to someone, you never want to come off to the part that, hey, you know what? I'm the only way it can be done. It can be many ways. It just boils down to, hey, this what works great for me. Let me tell you how this works.
Well, let
And
me show
maybe
you
it's a
something.
trick for you, makes it easier for you. It's kind of like people putting speakers up on poles. I've seen people put the speaker on the ground, pull the pole, and walk the pole up. I'm like, why don't you put the speaker on top and just push up on it from the
Mhm.
center, and then put the pin in and lock it? People do different ways. Is there a
Yeah,
one way, a right way, or a wrong way? No, but some things are harder than others, and
right.
people like to make mountains out of molehills because they don't know better. And explaining it to anyone and teaching someone something is always great. Sharing information is always good, especially with your friends. If you want to ask someone, ask a friend. These guys all here will tell you. I cannot tell you how many times after a gig I'm in here asking questions because I want to make sure, one, I did the right things, but two, if I missed something, I didn't do something that someone else would see and say, "Hey, did you think of this? Do you think of that?" It's not that I did wrong. It's that it's another way of looking at it, and it makes you a better DJ. So again, it's not people judging you; it's people helping you become a better way of doing things. It could be anything: lighting, sound, whatever. Ask your friends. Ask other people. It's not a bad thing having friends and other people who are in the industry that can walk through things with you. It's not a horrible thing.
But by the way, buddy, I have to say the speaker thing reminded me of a video Brian shot once where there was a challenge getting a speaker high enough up. And I can't remember if it was pre-stroke or after. Brian put the speaker on the ground on its face and then put the tripod in the speaker
Oh,
and
the
then
pole.
walked it up.
It
Hmm?
was a sub pole. It was a non-adjustable sub pole.
Oh, okay. But I
That
just
and
remember
that was
thinking
you know,
like,
yeah.
wow, that's brilliant because, I don't care who you are. Sometimes lifting a 50, 60 pound speaker 6, 7, 8, 9 feet up in the air gets to be a bit much. And if you drop it,
Yeah.
you're not doing the gig.
There's more than one way to skin a cat.
Right.
That's the saying, and
Yeah, that
there's
went too
not one.
far. That went too far. The skinning of cats.
You hear
And I
that
don't
all
even like
from a
cats.
Uh,
Bruce?
I'm
Yeah.
just saying.
Oh,
Peter's
all the
gonna
cat lovers
Brian's
left.
already talking to his cat. I'm just
Yeah,
saying.
yeah. Don't
Well,
worry.
he's gonna
My
bite. He's
dog,
gonna
my
bite
dog's
me
okay. She's
now.
over here. She
Yeah.
always wants to smell cats, so it's okay. But it's again, it's one of the things that having friends and talking things. There's more than one way to do it. Doesn't mean it's right or wrong. It just means that, hey, you know what? This works for me,
I tell you
and this
what
this
bugs
could
me
help
though.
you.
What bugs me is if there's somebody out there that I feel like is full of themselves and they say things that I don't like, and I get so negative about that person. They could say something brilliant and I'll still dismiss it because it's like the boy who cried wolf. And that's unfortunate. I should be
One
able to
bad
sort through the
apple.
BS and find the good stuff from even the people who are, you know, full of it. Brook,
100%.
you know what I'm saying?
Don't tarnish your reputation.
Yeah, you can have something brilliant, but if you've, I don't know, I don't like mean-spirited people. I don't associate with them. I don't dig them. I was telling somebody, I remember who, I think it might have been John, or maybe it was Jay. We're talking about that the Magnificent Others podcast.
Yes.
with what's that cat named Corgan? Billy Corgan?
Billy Corgan.
Yeah,
Yeah, and
Smashing Pumpkins.
he's a
yeah,
little
and I
full
said
of
I never
himself.
listened to
Yeah.
Smashing Pumpkins, and I had no objection to the music, but I thought the band name was mean spirited, so I didn't go any part of it. I'm that bad with that kind of stuff.
Jeez,
Since
dude. Yeah. You're a pumpkin fanatic? Come on.
Maybe he just didn't like fall, because everything goes pumpkin
Wow.
latte. Maybe he
well,
was just ahead of
Smashing
the curve.
Pumpkins, I'm thinking of some kid who didn't have a lot of money, who got the one pumpkin they were able to get, carved it, and some jerk smashed it, thought it was funny.
Oh, but
It
what
just
about
sounded like
after
a
after
really
the holiday?
mean-spirited name for a band.
After the holiday, you smash the pumpkins and you
No, it's
toss them out
terrible.
into the woods, and the deers can eat them.
That's
So
Damn.
positive too, right? So you
We
maybe
got Park Ranger John. We got poor Brian out on the other side of the tracks over
Right.
here.
They stole a pumpkin off my
Oh,
porch.
his
Those damn
favorite
kids.
pumpkin.
No, you're supposed
Considering
to-
We didn't
Billy
get a dog,
Corgan,
so we got a pumpkin.
considering Billy Corgan grew up basically the town next to me,
Yeah.
he wasn't on the wrong side of the tracks. I can tell you that.
No,
He came from that kind
I'm
of
not.
town.
I'm almost making a joke, but it's true. When I heard that band, I'm like, I don't want to be any part of
Eh.
this. It just sounds mean spirited. So I'm that sensitive to that stuff. If you're mean spirited, I don't want anything to do with you. So I'm not going to
Nine
listen to
Inch
your
Nails. They're way too long to build anything. I can't support them.
advice.
Jesus Christ! Who are we trying to crucify here? What the hell?
Yeah, come on. No,
If he said like a 7 penny weight, like a 4-inch
man,
nail,
we
okay,
squirreled
okay.
on that one really bad. I apologize.
Yeah.
But no, good talk, everybody. Good talk. Join us,
You can't understand me. It's because I'm in Missouri and I've been to a super Walmart.
Missouri. Yeah,
Oh,
Yeah.
Missouri. Thank
he
you.
had a bump in with Bubba, probably.
Yeah, I did.
Yeah, it happens.
Bubba
when
the
you're
meth clown.
places like that. There are a lot of good people. And there are
Oh,
scary people just like
absolutely there
everywhere
are.
else.
Speaking of good
Not
people,
down
our
at the
our
meth
sponsors, our sponsors are good people too. So
John, you should just pimp the sponsors because
Wow, Ed
no one
McMahon
always
over here,
remembers
huh?
it.
Oh,
You should be them.
Jeez. That
Go
was the
ahead,
most
John.
Ed McMahon thing ever.
I want to hear you pitch the sponsor this week.
Hey, we have to just always give thanks to the sponsors that help keep us on the air. Of course, DJ NTV and DJ Event Planner, who is the sponsor, and you see their ad rolling through our event here tonight. So thank you to them. Please click the links below and follow our sponsors and go buy some stuff and do that.
And this just in from John Young, our newest sponsor, Joe Bonamassa. Very exciting. Yeah, there you go. Drink.
Oh, is that a thing now? I thought it was John Cafferty and the Beaver Brown Band.
That too.
That's
I'm going to make
I didn't
everything a
even drink.
drinking game.
Oh boy.
I guess I gotta send you guys all Malort for next time. So you guys have a shot Malort with for a drink.
Yeah,
And,
find us next week when we're all sitting in a gutter somewhere in like Lower Wacker Drive with Buddy looking down on us going, I told you.
I
Yeah.
warned you the dangers of Malort. Yeah.
Oh Jesus.
You
Anyway,
probably heard of it from Mork and Mindy.
Shazbot, Nanu Nanu.